Sit down. He told him, he said, I'm going to make them hate you. But then I'm going to turn around and make them bless you. The same slave master, the same employer, the same co-worker, the same partner. I am going to make them bless you. Because I will give this people favor. And anytime you got favor, you got access to stuff that you shouldn't have access to. You have access to stuff that you don't deserve. Access to stuff that you can't even explain. It is unexplainable things. All you know is that favor got it for you. You're working on a job you know you're not qualified for, but tell your neighbor, favor got it for you. Living in a house, you know your credit's so jacked up, you should not have ever got that loan. But God qualified you when the bank wouldn't qualify you. Tell your neighbor, don't you ever forget what he done for you. Look at your neighbor and say, favor got it for you. You are in a place called favor, and that means you didn't have to kiss up to nobody to get there. You didn't have to sleep with nobody to get there. You didn't have to promote yourself, and you didn't have to bless yourself. God said the heart of the king is in my hand, and I will turn his heart ever how I choose to turn his heart. He said, I'm getting ready to bless them. I'm getting ready to favor them. I'm getting ready to send a transfer. I've been waiting on a generation that has clean hands and a pure heart, and I'm about to take the wealth of the wicked and transfer it over into the hands of the righteous. And all you gotta do is pray. All you gotta do is stay right. All you gotta do is stay clean. And if you do those things, God said, I'll be the man in your life. I'll open every door for you. He said, I will bless you like Ruth. You will stumble onto Boaz's field. And when Boaz looks out the window and sees you, he's going to command the reapers to leave you handfuls on purpose. He said, I don't even want her to have to pull it down. He said, tell the boys. I said, pull it down for her. Tell your neighbor, this next blessing you are about to get, you ain't got to work to get it. He's going to let it fall into your hand. I dare you to tell 5 people, because 5 is the number of grace. Something ready to fall in my hand. If you believe the word of the Lord, you better tell them it's getting ready to overtake you. It's getting ready to overtake you. And I don't know who I came to preach to today, but God said to tell you, you've been weeping about it. You've been crying about it. But he said to tell you, weeping may endure for the night, but joy coming in the morning. Tell your neighbor it's morning time. Hear me, church. Don't sit down, because I'm getting ready to take my seat. But let me tell you something. God brought the children of Israel out because he said he was going to bring them out. Look at somebody and tell him he's going to bring you out too. He brought them out, but it looked like he had made a mistake because he took them down to the river. Oh my God. He took them down to the Red Sea. Let me tell you something. He took them down to a place that was called Baal Zephon. Somebody say Baal Zephon. You know what it means? It means he took his people to a dead end. Lord help me, Jesus. Has God ever led you? You're in a dead end situation. You're in a dead end job. The people of God stood helpless at the hand of a God who Red Sea, and to the west was Goshen. Goshen represented their past, and I might not know where I am going, but baby, I do know where I ain't going. Tell somebody I ain't going back. God led them to a vulnerable place. He led them to a tight place. I said he led them to a tight place. Have you ever found yourself in a tight place? Your money's tight. Your friends are tight. Everything about you is tied up. But God said when they got to this place that they opened their mouth and the sons of God began to cry out unto the Lord. Somebody say, help! Help! And God said, if you go back to praying, I'll go back to helping. If you call on my name, with my people who are called by my name will humble themselves and pray, seek my face, then will I hear from heaven and I will come to your rescue. Tell your neighbor, help is on the way. They were trapped between the devil and the deep Red Sea. But God said, I'm going to get you out of this one. And in Exodus chapter 3, he said, I see you. I heard you. I know where you are. I know how you feel. I'm coming down to you and I'm going to deliver you. I want you to prophesy to your neighbor on both sides. Tell him God is going to get you out of this. He said, I want you to stand still. God, my enemy is chasing me. And you want me to do what? You want me to stand. It's a scary thing when the sound of your past comes up behind you, threatening to overtake your future. But God said, don't move. Stand still. Stand still and fear not. I don't know who I come to preach to today, but God said to tell you, stand still. Resist the urge to move in your flesh. Resist the urge to fix it yourself. If you will stand still, you will see the salvation of the Lord your God. Tell your neighbor this battle belongs to the Lord. And in a moment's notice, God went to blowing, and he blew until every ounce of water was out of their way. He blew until every obstacle that should have tripped them, every hindrance that should have stopped them, he blew till he blew it out of their way. Tell your neighbor it will move. I said it will. You didn't say it with authority.